Since you've been listening this far, we're gonna throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
I love the bonus hour of the show, the bonus hour of sunshine. Look outside. Clap for Mother Nature. Yes. Traffic's nice and smooth on the FDR. A couple of boats on the East River. Just beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Hello.
Hi, Miss Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fine.
Good. I got a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm 24, and I met this guy. He is friggin' fabulous, okay? Gorgeous, body that won't quit. He's 40.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we exchange numbers and whatever like that, but I don't know. You think I'm wasting my time?
At 24, what else better do you have to do? I'm not discounting your life, but I'm saying this is your time of experimenting, nothing is a waste of time when you're 24. You're working?
Oh, yes, full time.
And you finish school and whatnot?
Absolutely. No kids,
and
none of that.
Exactly. So why is it a waste of time? I say investigate. However, I will caution you. A 40-year-old man passing his number off to a 24-year-old, and he knows you're 24?
Yeah, he does. He actually has a 20-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I don't have a problem with that. But
no, but he also knows that you're perhaps naive enough to go along with his shenanigans.
Not even.
Yeah, you got to be aware, and just but good luck.
Thank you.
Take his number.
I plan on banging it down. I'm gonna tell you like that.
Yeah,
I really do.
Keep both eyes on him, though.
I sure will.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow. Hello.
Wendy,
Yes.
are you on in Maryland? Because I heard you shout out Maryland, and my mom lives down there now. She loves you so much, and she wanted to know if you're on the station down here.
No, I'm not on Maryland, but I get a lot of listeners who listen in Maryland. If you go on to WBLS.com, that is the radio station, my flagship station out of New York, and then I'm syndicated in other markets.
Right, because I'm home in New York, and she's in Maryland, and she's so depressed moving down there because she can't get your show anymore.
Yeah, you know what? I was saying earlier, somebody faxed me from Maryland, and I was shouting out and saying that I was going to be doing a crab fest there on August 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, I know August is so many months away, but
Please, girl, she will buy the tickets today.
She would love it. She would love it. Yeah, well, tell her I said hello.
Okay, Wendy.
All right, take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Yeah, hello?
Hi, Wendy. This is Tyreek calling from Brooklyn.
Hi, Tyreek.
Hi there. Hey, this is one of those, I bet I'm not the only one thinking this type of phone call.
Okay.
I just want to put on blast all those people who call you and use you as a Yellow Pages. We're so sick of them. Wendy, can you tell me where I can buy toenail clippers? Wendy, where can I get a feather duster? Don't you get tired of it?
I fashion myself as a bit of a consumer reporter, but only on the things that directly interest me.
That's what I mean.
Like
fashion, I can understand, but all these other things that they can just, open up the Yellow Pages or go online.
Yeah, I do think that people don't use their Yellow Pages enough. I also think that people don't use their own resources enough. Like, if you want to know where to get a penile enlargement, why don't you start with your general practitioner? Ask him or her. You understand?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. But I just wanted to say that on behalf of the listeners who get tired of them.
Yeah. No.
Hey, one other thing, and then I'll let you go. I'm glad you're going to cover Lamont Bentley.
Yeah.
I heard you mention it a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, April 25th, the trial starts.
Because I go to Brooklyn College, and one of our professors in my journalism class was saying that the mainstream media, like Associated Press, they're not going to cover it at all.
No, they're not. They're not. As a matter of fact, something from the Lamont Bentley estate has already come around to the media, and I got one of them too, saying, for those of you interested, thank you so much for being interested, because the Associated Press, bigger media is not interested at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what our professor said. It was Associated Press and Reuters, the two main wire services.
Yeah.
They're not even going to cover it.
Yeah.
And that's a shame, but oh well, that's the way it goes.
We got them covered.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Thank you for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Wendy. It's Helen from Long Island. How are you?
Hi, Helen.
Listen, where's Dave? Where's Pocono Dave?
Good question.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You mean he just like MIA?
Yeah.
Well, I hope he has a job.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Me too.
I have another question now. The Gastineau girl.
Yes.
And now, was that Mark Gastineau's ex-wife?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Like you said, she's been 40 for at least 7 years because the Botox is definitely working. Don't get me wrong. She looks good.
She does.
But, and her daughter looks good, too. Her daughter actually looks a little older than the 22 that she's claiming.
Her daughter does look older. How ditzy is she for brunette?
Oh, my goodness.
She operates like a blonde.
Oh, my goodness.
But I love the show, don't you?
Oh, yes. I'm quite addicted. But I just wanted to say hey to you.
Hey.
And I've been listening to you for a very long time. I spoke to you years ago when you were at the other station.
Oh.
And I had said to you, I've been approached a number of times, people asking me if I was a man because I'm 5'11", where I get tired of as well.
Wow.
Well, whatever. I'm still fabulous,
Yes, of course.
Well, look, you take care. You have a good evening, and I'll listen to you on the bonus hour.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
And here we are. No disrespect to blondes, by the way. That's just, if you follow stereotypes, all the dingbats. Totally not true. And that's the issue that I'm going through. I so love being tall, and I have on my Uggs today because I was just, coming out of the house. And then when I get here, the Nicole in the office says, don't forget Faith's, party is tonight. A little party that she's having. I think it's private, but it's to celebrate her new CD and all like that. And so when Faith was here, she invited me to the party. And normally I don't really make it a habit. I was talking with Randy, who works on Air America. We talk in between our breaks. We're on at the same time. And don't change the dial. It's not as interesting as here. I'll save you the trouble. If you want to hear politics, go, because you're not going to get that here. From a liberal point of view, go. But we're not going to do that here. But anyway, we're on at the same time, and we often meet in the ladies' room, where we're going to the bathroom. And we're talking about I'm rushing back because I've a song, and she's rushing back because she's all talk. And so she was saying, I don't know how we got on invitation. She says, I get invited to everything. I'm trying to imitate her voice. It's a very unique voice. Anyway, she gets invited to everything, and she goes to nothing. She likes to go home. And I find that's a common thread with a lot of my peers in this business. We get invited to a lot of stuff and don't, But when Faith, friend to the show, did the VH1, Wendy Williams was on fire last week, plus, which hasn't played yet, you guys. Plus, she was on the radio show and stuff, and she's given me good interviews since she started out in this business. So, you know what? I'm going out for Faith tonight. And it slipped my mind that, that this party was going on. Fortunately, these days, jeans get you in every place as long as they cup your butt right. They're not hanging like a trucker and stuff. You have on a little T-shirt of a certain, tightness or whatever, and that's cool. I have my Aquanet in my desk and a big barrel curling iron. I can zhuzh up my hair, and I got my emergency makeup. The one thing I don't have emergency are shoes. My big feet, I can't just run out, and just buy some shoes to complement my outfit. And I knew I should have gone today with the shoes I originally put on, but then I said, you know what? It's Monday. I don't have any place to go. I'm just going to throw on my Uggs. I have these Nigella Lawson 4-inch stilettos. Do you know who Nigella Lawson is? The lady from the cooking channel? Her picture's on the stilettos. They are like one of a kind. They got a metal tip heel that come to the serious point. Nigella's on the shoes. I love her because she makes cooking desirable and sexy. I don't even know if she's still on the cooking channel, but she made a big impact on me for the few times that I saw her on there. And then I saw these shoes. I was like, oh my gosh. So, right after the show, I have to rush home because I'm not going to a Faith party at a mere 5'11" in some Uggs. You know what I mean?
They're not going to be looking at your feet anyway, though.
Yeah, but they won't be able to see me if I'm only 5'11". That's the point. You know, I don't just want to be tall. I like to be freakishly outstanding in a party setting. I spray my hair. My hair just... I be netting it up. Tease, pop, pop, pop. I like 4 inches on the feet, 8 inches up in there. Let's do Pat O'Brien. All right, so, yeah, well, the TV Week in the New York Post on Sunday yesterday did something great. Thanks, Steve, for bringing this in. They say, you know, it's not just the sexual allegations, it's the racial allegations now, too. Well, I already told you about them. How he called the black man, what do you call him? A fruit booty porch monkey or something like that. Just something fruity with booty and monkey. All in the same sentence. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Hello. I mean, that's just as bad as calling anything else spear chucker, whatever, coon, whatever. In addition to licking, you know, the sexual harassment and everything. So they're saying that fortunately, because he's been following Hollywood for so many years, it's taught him how to do damage control on his own scandal. So he immediately checked into Betty Ford, which, you know, this checking into Betty Ford is just as I suspected all along. It's not necessarily that he has a problem with, you know, overindulging. Then maybe what he does once he indulges is one thing, but the overindulging, it's he needed someplace to lay low, where the press is nowhere around, where where it's obvious that he's not coming to work until he's well. And where he can stay off the street, out of the Beverly Center, out of the Starbucks, you know, just lay low. So now, Tim Plant did an article, and Tim Plant is saying that, you know, he checked into the treatment facility, but sources believe that there's another reason to lay low until the sordid sex scandal blows over. We're not going to let it blow over. As soon as the door opens to Betty Ford, I'm going to be right here. I don't know about the rest of the wags, but you know what? If this was a black man... If this was you, Mike Woods, your job would be finished. Judge up the music as I continue. In a written statement, he said, I've had a problem with alcohol and I've decided to take action and check it. Well, we know that statement. That was written. And then he chalked up his bad behavior to a midlife crisis. At 57, you can do that. Pat had everything he wanted, his own TV show, but when you're 57 years old and in a medium that adores 30-year-olds, there is this panic to stay viable and young. Yeah, well, that's where the Botox and the young girls and the Coke come in, I guess. Hi, Marv Albert. Hi, Bill O'Reilly. You all have been through the similar, you know, midlife thing, kind of, sort of, haven't you? Oh, yeah. So in a carefully worded statement from the Paramount spokesperson, it was in Sunday's paper. Here's the statement. We support Pat's decision to seek treatment and look forward to welcoming him back on the air at the appropriate time. But there's some sources at Paramount who doubt that Pat will even return to the air. Good. Only because, did you hear the... I mean, you just... If he was not... He'd be finished. Well, they're saying, the sources are saying, he said, I don't think they're going to put up with this. The question is, will the guy shape up? Okay, well, he's going to say yes. He's going to get a note from the Betty Ford. One friend says, this is pitiful. Then, of course, there are the sexual harassment. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Other colleagues say the celebrity watchdog stands a good shot at coming as being the comeback kid. Celebrities trust him. He dined at the Clinton White House twice. He was a guest at Donald Trump's wedding. Was a confidant to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. He'll get his job back. Did you hear about the new cheater rings? Man, are the kids listening? All right, push them someplace for a minute, because really, this is the Grown and Sexy Show. All right, now with them gone, can I just say, where were these cheater rings when I was in school? This is fabulous. Can I just say this is fabulous? I mean, cheaters never win. I don't know who invented that. I'm not, advocating cheating or anything like that. All I'm saying is that all this damn ink that I used to have running up and down my damn arms. My best friend was my Bass shoes. Remember the thick ones? Girls, remember 3.5 inches? And when you walked, it said Bass underneath. And it had a little aerodynamics at the back heel. Do you remember? Girls know what I'm talking about. Remember? Those were the bomb. Do you remember how many words you used to be able to get when you cross your leg like this under your desk? Do you remember how many words you used to get on the big day of the test? You'd be working all the night before. If you just put that into studying, you'd have probably gotten an A anyway. But instead, you're busy writing as small as you possibly can on the sole of the shoe. It was the shoe of the minute. Of the minute. The Bass shoes with that big 3.5-inch heel. Fabulous. Well, now these kids pass around the answers on their cell phones.
Wow.
To cheat. Yeah. Kids are using smuggled cell phones to send answers to classmates, store electronic crib notes, and even photograph tests and pass them along to their classmates. Funny, I never cheated with anybody else. I was always by myself. You know?
Yeah. That's better that way.
I mean, yeah, since the beginning. I was never involved, with a whole big ring. It was just me, myself. Always have, I guess always will. Some phone frauds are even selling answers and exam photos. People are taking photos of tests and then they're emailing them to other kids to take the test later, says somebody over at Bronx Science High School. Rico Johnson, who's 18, he goes to Park West High School. Is that here? Is that little high school down here where these little bad kids are always trying to say something to me?
From downstairs?
Yeah.
No, that's Norman.
Some of the girls are really nice. They're, hey, Wendy. So the boys, you know how boys are 17. They're either checking you out or saying, ew. Oh, they give me fever. You know what I mean? And the building doesn't allow them to use the same entrance as us anymore. They keep all those rugrats. No, they enter on 33rd Street. Yeah. We have a high school in this exact building. And if you come to the work on lunchtime, all across the street at the Green Tea Deli, they're all hanging around, being cool.
It's a cool place to go to school at, though.
It is a cool place to go to school. If they would just behave themselves.
Did you know the principal there got arrested for sexual assault?
No, do tell. Sexual assault? The principal? Has this happened in the past 3 years that I've been back in New York, allegedly?
Yeah, this was I think over last summer sometime.
Last summer?
Yeah. Have you seen the girls that go there, though? I don't blame you.
No, it was a dude.
Oh. Wow. Well, like Art said, have you seen some of the girls that go there?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No. I guess they tried to keep it silent over on this side of town.
No, it was in the newspaper.
Why didn't you clip it out for me? Oh, you weren't working with the show at that time, say.
I would have saved it for you.
Yeah, I know you would have. Trevor delights in reading the newspaper and then clipping articles and stuff.
Censor you.
Anyway, yeah, to censor me. I love the whole cell phone. I mean, this is like, you know what? This is where electronics have gone too far. Now, how do you like that?
High-tech cheating.
How do you like that? How do you like that? I'll stick with my one cell phone and my no direct deposit. No, I don't do that. I don't bank online. None of that crap. I've been getting some pretty good reviews from the Steve Autobato show. Thanks, everybody, over there at Comcast 8, the one-on-one show on Friday. I had fun doing that. So they're saying in the new In Touch magazine that Star Jones is in confirmatory to have a baby, to not have a baby. Here's what it says. I'll just read it too. Just a little piece in one of my favorite magazines, In Touch. They have a picture of Star. It was before she lost a pound. Now look, just clap for Star for a minute. Look what she was. See, she lost a lot of weight. And it says, when Star Jones Reynolds and Al Reynolds checked into Miami's Sagamore Hotel on March 20th, the newlyweds looked ready to celebrate Star's 43rd birthday. Plus a whole lot more. They are so happy. It was like a second honeymoon. But insiders added that behind her smile, there's a tough decision that she must make. Should she have a baby? For one thing, they say, Star, whose birthday was on March 24th, may not be ready to make it a threesome. But Al is! All right! All right, just jokes. just jokes. All right, she might not be ready to make it a threesome. And for the reasons that they list, I totally understand. She says, we're enjoying being married. My husband still takes me on dates. That's wonderful. Now, come on, let's be serious for a moment. Also, the slim down host loves all the attention that her new body is getting. She actually lost the weight to get pregnant, because they tell you, lose a little weight, get healthy, like that. They say, but now she's not sure that she wants to gain it back, even for a baby. Understood. She's 43. So it's not, in my opinion, a selfish act to not, want to have kids or anything like that. I mean, you figure by the time Star has a baby and then, loses her weight back, she's going to be 47. And she's in an industry where people only care about you when you're 30. Star, you still have years left, though. Why don't you all just adopt, though? You adopt a child. That way you can adopt a child exactly what you want your child to look like. Al. No, having nothing to do with that. Al is, Star appeared, well, anyway. No. No,
Yeah, you're right.
So your child definitely will pass the paper bag test.
What's that?
You pass. That's why you don't know. You never had to run up against it. They just give you a pass.
I'll just figure it out.
Light and bald. So they don't know whether you're curly. See, there could be assumption that you're curly.
Light and ball.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's a picture in the new In Touch, and the girl standing at 7 o'clock in Star's world, that'd be the perfect daughter for her. The girl standing at 7 o'clock. That'd be the perfect daughter for Star. See? No, pass it back. I'm still on the story. Pass it back. Everybody's working with these damn surgical gloves. It's really something else. Let's do a dirt test. Who has the dirtiest gloves? Let me see. Everybody put their gloves up. Oh. Everybody's gloves are relatively clean.
Yeah, that's because it got all the dirt off of it last
Yeah. All right, let me see your gloves. Yeah. My gloves aren't so bad.
Yeah, mine is slippery from I was in the bathroom taking care of some business.
Whatever. Anyway, that must be conflammatory. It's like Demi Moore, to have a baby with Ashton or not, On one hand, you want to make the guy happy. On the other hand, you already had your kids, so why? And with Star, on one hand, you want to make the guy happy. He has no kids, Al. On the other hand, if you've been a certain weight all of your life and now you're coming into your own, you're really like just breaking your stride with your pay less, your E-specials. The View is still doing well. Oh, gosh. Adopt? Oh. I think you'll make a good mom, Star. No need for that. But I think she'll make a good mom. I think Star Jones would be a good mom. I think she's a great example, of what you can be and triumph over adversity and all that other kind of stuff. I don't say it that much and don't get too used to it because I'm about to go back to the old me. But just for a moment, I would just like to say, I think, no, not in this break. I'll wait. Yeah, I think she'll make a great mom. So Michael Jackson and his damn behavior. So sick of him. Oh, only because of the disappointment, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to believe, but, So now they have quotes about Michael. Do you want to hear one? You want to hear him quoting relating to his innocence? He says, I just know in the end I'll be vindicated. I'm a fighter, but it's very painful. Okay. And on his back pain. This is when, he was late to court. I was coming out of the shower and fell on my body weight. And I bruised my lung very badly. I'm in agonizing pain. Okay. And this is on his gaunt appearance. Elizabeth Taylor used to hand feed me at times because I do have a problem with eating. But I don't want anyone to think I'm starving. maybe one meal away from starving. I mean, I know anorexia and all those things, you know, it's just as easy, I guess, for men to get them as women. But why does it just sound 3 times as cuckoo, you know, when you find that a man... What is that? The third wrong button today. All right, I'm going to keep a note on you all day. No, you weren't testing anything. That was the third wrong button today. I don't know what you were going for, but that was the intern music, the Benny Hill music. Play that when they scuffle around the studio. Dear Wendy, I heard when you said that African Americans make more than whites, which I love, don't get me wrong, but look at how many black people graduated from college compared to the amount of white people. This is relating to the article that I was reading from. I love that we make more money, but seriously, we don't have that many graduates. The average is, everybody, 914,660 whites graduated from college between 2001 and 2002, compared to 111,177 blacks total. So, are you kidding me? What are we doing? 900,000 whites compared to 100,000 blacks? I had no idea until I read this article that we were that far off base. For some reason, I just thought that more blacks... I know, more blacks go to, but this is based on graduating from. Not going, chiefing, poking a hole, staying out 9 months, and then saying, oh, well. It was in the Metro newspaper over the weekend. Siobhan faxed in. I know, Siobhan, my heart is sick, too. That's why I'm going to have a nice stiff drink at Faith's party tonight. I know she'll be good for the Pinot Grigio from the McCarthy vineyard. Yeah, the father from My Three Sons. That's her favorite. What was his name? Fred McMurray, yes. From the McMurray vineyard. He's got good white wine. Fred McMurray. Faith drinks it. I'm not even a wine drinker. I first got turned on to it last time Faith had a party, as a matter of fact. I think that's what the open bar consisted of, wine. I was like, damn, wine? So I start whining. Then I have a few drinks and I forget my troubles. And I say, oh, thanks, Faith. I'll see you tonight. Somebody's racing me my Nigella Lawsons. I just got the message. I won't have to go all the way. Oh, Wendy, how you doing? Anyway, last week you were talking about Suede magazine will no longer be on newsstands. What happened to the magazine? It was so much better than Essence. When will Faith be stopping by your show? Oh, how old is this? This is from today. She will be performing on 106 in Park tomorrow night. It's a repeat that comes on 11:30. Faith was here last week. And Suede magazine, actually, there are some people who want to invest in it and revitalize it. And I know because they called me to ask me to do an interview for it. For the relaunching of Suede. And I hope it's with all the whistles and bells, just because I've gotten used to the thickness of the pages and stuff. But I'll understand if everything has to thin down and scale back a bit, because that's how you all spend so much money to begin with. Shout out to Oakland, California. Thank you all for listening. How you doing? Well, that's what the person who signed off said to me. Did you guys hear about the postal worker who was found with mail from 1996? All right. Well, I'm getting the sign, so that means that I have to wrap up. Do we have anything to give away this hour?
Yep.
Now the Pick Your Pleasure's over. Let me see. Jump aboard the party bus. Ooh, Foxwoods. Ooh. You know who has a restaurant up there? Hold on, I'm going to give you some passes for caller number 11. You can win passes for a one-night stand at Foxwoods Resort and Casino. It's closer to New York than Atlantic City, and the nightclub BB King's is there for breakfast and everything. So this is going to be for April 29th at Foxwoods. I'm going to be, I think, broadcasting from Foxwoods on Friday. And I'm going to tell you exactly where. Amy Ruth's, the soul food place. They got at Foxwoods. And then there's a party up there, too, in Connecticut. I know it's closer to New York or closer than Atlantic City. But I suspect that, like, the listeners, like, we're off syndication now, but I'm on in Hartford at Power 1041. It's, like, right in their backyard. But call now, because this sounds great also. At the end of the month, April 29th, a one-night stand at BB King's Foxwoods Hotel or Resort and Casino. It's fabulous. I'm glad the radio station's doing business with Foxwoods. Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice drive up there, too. You know what? And you pass the outlet and you stop, shop, and continue driving. All right, keep it here, everybody. Coming back, I have to talk with you more about Charlie Sheen. Have you heard about Joss Stone's underage love affair that could cost her Gap ad? Well, we got to talk about that. And Martha Stewart. Some other stuff, too. A smattering of other things. Look, the sun is still out. It's 29 away from 7. The Vaughn Harper Quiet Storm Experience comes up at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back. It's 107.5 WBLS.
Hi, everybody. It's the Biz Monkey. You're checking out the bonus hour of Wicked Wendy Williams.
Hey. All right. Shout out to Anita Blount of South River, New Jersey. God, I haven't heard that name Blount in a long time. Are you related to a young man by the name of Fel Blount, who wouldn't exactly be, in his 20s anymore? Fel would be somewhere between 37 and 42. Do you know Fel Blount? Anyway, Anita just picked up her passes for Foxwoods. One night stand, April 29th. Get on the WBLS party bus and go on up. BB King's nightclub. That's going to be the place to be. After you party all night, you have breakfast there as well. Isn't that great? Before the bus leaves and heads back to New York. And then, of course, you'll have some extra driving with you because you live in South River, New Jersey, Anita, which is the 609. That part sucks. You might want to get a car service or something. But congratulations. Thank you for listening. Dear Wendy, blacks making move? I think not. I know firsthand that you can have 100 college degrees and it won't mean a thing. It's who you know, not what you know. And white people are always either out to make more money. And whites always help either out to make more money. Compared to how many whites and blacks grew up in high school degree. I understand. Well, not only that, but these are just degreed people. Some of the wealthiest people now that our kids are looking at, don't even have a college degree. Dare I say high school degree. Because they're looking at Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Puffy, Michael Jordan. He has a degree, but, what is an athlete's degree? No disrespect to Michael Jordan, because he might have been one of the few athletes that actually went to class, although, that's probably not how it was. But you know what I'm saying.
You don't have a degree. He got out in his junior year.
Yeah. So, the only people that the kids can watch to see that a degree will do anything is their parents. And much to my chagrin, I could have gotten here without a degree, too. So Charlie Sheen, Martin's father, is still close to Denise Richards because, of course, he wants to see his grandchildren. One who isn't born yet, and the other one is here, Sam. The unborn one, they don't want the name to be Charlie. That's dead. Originally, they were both going to name Charlie and Denise. They were both going to name the child, boy or girl, Charlie, after Charlie Sheen. But now, and I meant Martin Sheen, the father, I'm sorry. But now with the divorce, forget about it. It's going to be anything but Charlie. And Martin is still close to Denise. In the meantime, she's playing all good. Of course, there are two sides to every story, but I don't believe, like cheating and all kind of wild mess with her. I believe the nag part, quite possibly, but she's pregnant in a hormonal mess. She's been pregnant virtually since they've been together. In the meantime, there's no doubt that he's been having a wild time. He wants custody and she wants custody, period. She wants sole custody and she just might get it because the other woman, Chloe Jones, who's 29, is stepping up, claiming that Charlie paid her $15,000 to have sex at the Bel Air Hotel and showered her with expensive gifts. Charlie's reps are dismissing that report. Blah, 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 blah. In the meantime, Heidi Fleiss, she's out of jail and talking. His name was found in her black book. And Heidi Fleiss, here's what her quote is. The guy's a rat. Of course it's true. It's totally normal behavior for him. She's got to be devastated, talking about Denise. She's pregnant and has a 1-year-old. That can't be very good, Heidi says. And then a word of advice from Heidi Fleiss to Denise. Here's the quote. Take all the money and move on and forget about him. I co-sign. And you're no angel either, Denise, but this is your chance to straighten up. I don't know what you've done, but you're up to something. Something Knowles are doing. Is that Charlie's baby? Just asking. You want to hear about Joss Stone's affair? Yeah. All right, well, I got to be honest with you. The writing is so small that I just can't tolerate looking at it. It's a big article, though. Oh, Josh. Oh. Remember, I had a teenage run-in with her. A red carpet run-in, so I feel, just a little closer to this story. So she's a teenager herself, everybody. She's 17. But apparently, she's moved in with a 25-year-old, the millionaire producer. I'll turn my head to the Philly faction. Bo Dozer of Holland Dozer. Yeah. Is Bo Dozer black?
Yes.
Yeah, because the Holland is black too. All of them are black. Holland Dozer.
Yeah, they're all like Detroit guys from
Well, she's moved in with a 25-year-old son, so he's alleged to be porking a 17-year-old. I see all what is going on. Under California law, Joss is under age of sexual consent, which means her new boyfriend could be facing potential prosecution for so-called statutory rape. Ugh. Well, don't you know? Joss sleeps in the guest room. They're not having sex until her 18th birthday. Exactly. Duh. She's not going to risk it all. Luxuriating between a black man's loins. Oh. She's got this career all a-doing. She's not going to ruin it all. Kidding me? The Gap, which dumped Sarah Jessica Parker, they say, I don't like the word dump, but in favor of Joss Stone. In California, anyone under 18 is not old enough to be having consensual sex. Joss is 17.
Yeah, baby.
Joss's parents said are deeply concerned about the new developments of their daughter with a 25-year-old black man. Because there's two reasons to be concerned, from the Stone parents' point of view. Number one, he's 25. Number two, he's black. Particularly as she is still deemed a minor in California. Last October, Joss fired her mother, Wendy, as her manager. Now her parents feel that they have lost total control of her. Just she's out there in the fast-paced world of a toe is a toe. That's right. Oh, and they have a nice picture. I got this from my London WAG faction. A nice picture of her. She's holding his face like a wanton woman. She knows what she's doing. You don't hold a man's face like this unless you know exactly what you're doing. Holding his face and cupping it and kissing. Look at that grown hold cup kiss.
She's ready.
Right?
Young and tender. Please,
the way she's cupping him, I can see she's ready. The question is he? Right? That's a wanton woman. That ain't no 17-year-old action right there. Holding, cupping, tilting, kissing. And he's sitting there with his tie and jacket like, take me, young white girl. Take me. I know her father's mad. She's being slayed by a black man. At 17. Go Joss. Go Joss. Hey. So Martha Stewart is visiting her dermatologist on a regular basis. This irritation from this bracelet is really getting to her. She's been wearing it since the beginning of the month. Well, since the beginning of last month, early March. Now they say she's developed skin problems because the plastic device has given her rashes. I am hungry.
Go get something to eat.
No. I think there might be finger food at Faith's party.
Oh.
At the very least, you're not going to get me to eat before going to Faith's party. She lost all that weight. At least sometimes, you can psych yourself into losing that you've lost weight if you feel hungry. Like, I feel like a Biafra child right now. I just feel like all sucked in. I don't even have the strength to stand up properly. Wayfish. You ever starve yourself till you feel like that? Like, I had oranges earlier today, but I knew that once I did find out after I left the house in my Nigella Lawson's home, then I was like, oh my gosh, Faith's party. I'm glad I didn't, gorge myself. I'm going to go to the party, feel nice and light. Drinks will hit me like a brick. Go to a nice restaurant, Earl over the banquet, and order something good to eat afterwards. Anyway, so Martha's being treated at the dermatologist. Well, poor Martha. Martha, after you make the homemade jelly, squeezing the grapes through the cheesecloth, you can always rinse the cheesecloth out in the sink, and it can serve as the perfect padding behind that ankle bracelet.
Wendy tip.
Yeah. In the delivery of that drag queen who used to do that show on E. What was her name? Gay Steve?
Why everybody look to Steve?
He represents all gay people, Steve does. Oh, gosh. Somebody faxed me, 866-WendyFax. The gay white guy who dressed as a woman who did the show, who did the help. Such a cute name it was, too. And then whenever he'd cock his head to the side, the ding. Anyway, cheesecloth would remedy the rash scratching, Martha. I know about cheesecloth. My grandfather in Elizabeth, New Jersey, he had a big grapevine in the back of his house. And every late August, early September, that was when the grapes were ripe. And my mother, for some reason, she could just never go and buy jelly. You know what I'm saying? The Smuckers or whatever. We have to make the jelly. So my brother and I were in charge of climbing up the vines like a bunch of monkeys there in Elizabeth, pulling the grapes down and stuff. My mother would go out and buy all the wax to seal the tops and the ball jars, the ball jelly jars. Not just the top and the bottom, but there was that middle section too to keep everything. And we'd wrap them up at Christmas and give them to people. I mean, I miss the good old days of everything being authentic on one hand. On the other hand, and that's why I learned about cheesecloth, because she put the grapes in there and then squeezed the grape juice out and through the cheesecloth and stuff. We'd have purple hands and everything. This would go on for 2 decades of my life, practically.
Put that where?
That's what I say now. I'm like, I'll be damned. I mean, I guess that's what's missing from a lot of the kids these days. They don't have to do anything. You just go to the store and buy it. Because I'll be damned if I ask my son to climb a damn vine to pick some grapes so that he can bring it in so I can make some grape jelly. The food town is right down the street. Yesterday I made myself a baked potato. I really wanted to have one. And as I was making it, I was thinking about how my mother, it used to be the one good thing that I was good at growing up in terms of cooking. She bought me a special brush with metal teeth. I brushed the baked potatoes, dry them off, put them in the aluminum foil, and the baked potatoes in the oven, they take like 2 hours. And I'm thinking, why couldn't we be like the Sinnets down the street? They had the first microwave practically invented, Littman. Does anybody remember the Littman microwave? That was big. And I used to love going over Diane's house to see her make her after-school snack. It'd be like a chicken leg or something like that. And it was just the most amazing thing to me. And she could just put this in there and poof, There's the chicken. I'm scrubbing baked potatoes, watching them cook for 2 hours, only to be told, don't use butter. Fat, fat. Don't use butter and not so much sour cream.
What?
Yeah, my parents were the fat police. Dear Wendy, do you still shop at H&M? Stop. They put panties and bras for resale after return. Well, I buy what makes sense there. I've never bought a bra nor a panty at H&M. Why wouldn't they put them for resale, allegedly, if that's what they do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's terrible to think, but sometimes the lower the prices, the more that you have to do stuff kind of sort of like that. It's just like I picked up clothes with all makeup all over them. They don't give you any more money off. Yeah, no, I've never gotten bras or panties. Breenie Maxwell, thank you. Breenie Maxwell, the drag queen from E. Thank you, Golden Boy. With a name like that, I should have known you knew. All right. What else did I want to talk to you about? Lisa Ling. Oh my gosh, it's time to go home.
Yeah, about 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes? I can't tell a story in 2 minutes. You can forget it. I can quickly zhuzh over Chelsea Clinton. They say she's drinking like a fish. Well, she wasn't. They say, she liked to party hard when she was in Oxford. But she's got 2 things worrying her. Number 1, her father. And girls go through this. I know I went through it. Now I have all my milestones. I'm at peace with that type of worrying. Now I can just live. The number 1, that her father might not be around to walk her down the aisle or to see her firstborn. You know what I mean? Have you ever gone through that? I went through that. I don't know. You just go through it. My father is not sick like that. I wasn't sick like Clinton's been in the hospital and stuff. But you just go through that. I never shared it with my parents. I don't want them to know that I go that deep into it. But And then the other thing she's worried about is her boyfriend, Ian Klaus, who she's been with since forever. Well, they're back together. Remember at one point they were engaged? Well, he's working as a civilian for the new government in Iraq. And Chelsea is nervous to death that he'll be killed. And her anxiety has her over the edge, over the moon. She's 25. And so allegedly, Chelsea's been partying. Chelsea worries. And another thing that happens, she lives in the same neighborhood and keeps running into Monica Lewinsky. They say Chelsea recently walked into a downtown restaurant and spotted Monica holding court at the table and gave her the death ray eyes. You know what I mean? They say it was a terrible moment, say people who witnessed it, because everybody in the restaurant froze, forks in midair, to watch how this is all going to play out. You understand? Chelsea held her head. Monica held hers, her father's head. But Chelsea gets almost physically ill, they say, when she sees Monica. And they run into each other a lot. And it drives Chelsea nuts. Monica, they say, represents one of the most painful, horrible periods in Chelsea's life. And they live in the same Soho, Greenwich Village area. They eat at a lot of the same places. And,
Who's more embarrassed, her or Chelsea?
Monica or Chelsea?
Yeah, who's the more embarrassed when they see each other?
Chelsea. If I was Monica, I'd be wiping the corners of my mouth. Because there's nothing you can do about it now. But if I were Monica, I'd hold my head yeah, bitch. I'd give her the hooker lip on the, lick on it. And maybe a wink if I could hold her glance long enough and dare Chelsea to jump up. Because she will get it. And I'm not talking about a beat down. I'm talking about headlines. Because I've done nothing. I've verbalized nothing. I simply did something that only me and you saw. Now come over here and jump on me. Come on. Who's more embarrassed? Chelsea, of course. That's the daughter. Father's getting worked over by a girl your same age. In the meantime, Chelsea, with all those teeth, she'll never give a professional like Monica Lewinsky until she starts getting some of her teeth pulled. She's just scraping. I always like to leave you all on a high note. So now that's the note, and it's high. I love you all for listening. I do. A mess. I know. It is what it is. God willing, we'll all be back together again tomorrow. If you can find any time in your day from 2 to 5, 2 to 7, I'm here. So I know that's a whole long 5 hours. Only super listeners with no life listen the entire time. Like this. You know what I mean? Like, you have to break to go to the bathroom. You have to go to the copy machine, take a meeting with your boss, get out of the car and pick up the kids. This is like this. That's almost scary to me.
Like Raven, right?
Yeah, that's almost scary to me. It is. It's almost scary. Just zhuzh in and out of the show when you can. I love that. I love that. Thank you, everybody. I love you for listening. Vaughn Harper is next for The Quiet Storm. Right here on the radio station that still is not signaturing. Vin, when can I get a top of the hour ID that says home of today's R&B classic soul and the Wendy Williams Experience? How come I'm the only one who ever says the Wendy Williams Experience? I promote everything on this radio station. From Mooney in the morning, I promote well, it's so flip-flop. I don't know who's doing middays. Chris, Adimu, Eddie. I don't exactly know what's going on. But, Vaughn comes on after me. Champagne comes on overnight. Hal Jackson's on the weekends. Dave Dink stops through and does a show.
Billy Eckstein.
Billy Eckstein does a show. I hate no one. We all work under one umbrella. When am I going to receive the love back? Now, this is 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B, classic soul, and the Wendy Williams Experience. I love you and good night.
Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next.